of the goddamn country is like a lobotomy recipient. What the fuck? What do we do? It's over. It's fucking done. It's done.
Running in a field. Is it gonna jump in the water? I love this angle of the dog, bro. This angle is
watch this. This video's amazing. Every fucking day, bro. Fuck back on this island.
So, I was thinking today about the psychology of the whole Collargate thing, and why all of a sudden Hassan's very well trained audience, very well brainwashed audience, why they have all of a sudden decided that Hassan is a piece of shit and they are starting to leave him, right? And they're turning against him and stuff like that. And Hassan's reaction to it is to utterly lose his fucking mind and pretty much admit that he's just bleeding you dickheads for your money. He doesn't really give a shit about most of this stuff. He doesn't really care about you or your causes. Like, he pretty much lost it so much that he just said fuck it all. I'm shocked and amazed, right? How does all that happen? Where do you get with that, right? And the thing is that Hassan has taught his audience well. He does the thing, man. Whatever it is we're doing, right? We blame them of doing the same thing because we know how that crime works. We know how that scam works. We know how this shit works. So we just lay it out that whatever they do is essentially a scam, right? No matter what it is, it's them, right? And he has trained them to do that shit. And he has taught them about, make sure you pay attention for when stories just magically start to change and shit, right? And so he's taught them well. He's taught them through a load of bullshit how to recognize what I want you to recognize as bullshit. And these are the tactics, right? And this is why I always say that evil never wins, because evil is self-destructive. Like, if you look at evil throughout history, it pretty routinely doesn't fucking win. In fact, it doesn't fucking win because it's generally self-destructive. Like, right? That's a fucking thing. And here we are. So he's taught them well. And now they're paying attention. Right? And the dog yelps. And some of them kind of look at him like, you gonna check on the dog? And no, he's just gonna yell at the dog. And they're kind of like, that's a little fucked up, man. Right? Because they're very empathic people. They have to be empathic people. They have to be very emotional. You can't be that retarded unless you're very emotional, right? This is very emotional. Alright, cool. This is where we want them. We want them emotional, totally blind, but able to figure out what we want them to know, right? So we got them. We got them trained. They're good. And then the dog yelps. And I like Terrorizer's theory. I buy Terrorizer's theory. Terrorizer thinks that the dog's paw must have either connected with or gotten close to the frame of the bed and thereby essentially grounded the dog. Right? So the collar goes off at the neck. The dog either touches or gets close enough to the metal that it arcs, so it travels down through its arm and arcs off its paw into the metal. I could buy that, right? Like that, because it is kind of all happening at once. It's very close. Doesn't look like the dog hits itself. It's pretty obvious the dog doesn't hit itself because the paw doesn't connect with anything. Like there's collision there, and there's a reaction to that. not there, but close enough to, oh, I could buy that. And that would be something that would make the dog yelp, because now it's getting like kind of, instead of it arcing from one prong to another, it's arcing down through the dog. You get what I'm saying? Anyways. And there'll probably be some sort of snap on the paw or something like that. I could see that being a thing. Because there's all sorts of other videos of him shocking the fucking dog where it's obvious he's shocking the fucking dog, because when you shock a dog, like there's unconscious reaction there. You know, there's going to be a muscle twitch, and it's very fucking obvious that he's shocking the fucking dog. But the dog doesn't yelp. This time it did. I like Terrorizer's theory. It makes a lot of sense. Dog yelps. And the audience is kind of like, what the fuck? And, you know, he's yelling at the dog. And it's kind of like, for his audience, I imagine at the time, it was kind of like, well, this is what we've seen before, so they're desensitized to it. What does it fucking matter? Dog yelped, he doesn't give a shit. Fuck the dog, you know? But then the internet gets a hold of it. And the internet blows up. And every video about it, it isn't a video like me, where I'm just some asshole talking about it. They're fucking combing through frame by frame. There, you can see the color frame. There's a light that lights up. Something happened between this 60th of a second and this 60th of a second, that now all of a sudden the light is, and then I'll just look at his hand. Oh, his hand reaches over. Oh, same frame. Like they're doing that kind of shit. They're doing really neat fucking diagram things that rotate into the fucking collar, and you can see the whole thing laid out. Oh my god, like everything is dead to rights stuff. And not only that, but people are not just bitching about the fucking dog yelping. Keeps the dog on a bed for fucking 4 hours straight. And then they start going, shit, man, you do keep that dog just essentially chained to the fucking bed through fear. You might as well just manacle the fucking dog to the bed. Then you don't have to beat it, he'll just not be able to move. No, he's got to control it through fear. Because that's how he is. They start to see that, and they're like, man... And people are getting pissed, and everybody's upset, and it's not even so much entirely, for them at least, all of the abuse. They're used to it. They see it all the time. It's his reaction to the abuse. Because they need to defend him too. Hassan, you need to tell me what it is I'm supposed to say. Because I'm not like all the other retards. I can't go out there and say, oh, well, I'm around him all the time, and the dog's always fine whenever I'm there. I can't give that stupid excuse because I'm never fucking around you. All I see is the dog laying there on the bed for all day. Like, and you periodically yell at the dog whenever it dare take a paw off the fucking bed. And so, like, that's all they see. That's all they fucking know. And he gives out a story. Alright, we'll run with that. Next day, that story don't work. I saw the video that so-and-so did that totally destroys that story. What do we say to people now, Hassan? And then so Hassan changes the story. And they go, because now they're in it. They're invested in this. They need to defend their man. Tell me what I'm supposed to know. I can't think for myself. You've taught me not to think for myself, Hassan. I need you to tell me how to defend you. And then the story changes. It's like, well... And the next day... They destroyed that story too, man. Like, this is looking bad. Like, you gotta give us the actual real story here. Like, really tell us what's going on, man, because we need to be able to go out there to defend you. And the story changes. And it's like, oh, she's not even wearing the collar. And it's like, alright, motherfucker, look. So now, since they're starting to realize actively, oh, he's scamming us. Now they're getting pissed. And that's where you get people that have been there for 40 months going, you train them too well, Hassan. When you became the liar that you are in their eyes, when they started comparing you to the Republicans, to the Trumpers, to the maggots, oh, that was when Hassan was fucked. And he knew, there's no way I'm coming back from this. There's nothing I can say. I can't tell him the truth. I can't say, yeah, I shot the fucking dog. Because fuck the fucking dog. Dog's got to sit on the fucking bed. You can't do that. Like, how do you make this, how do you tell the truth and this comes out good? It don't. There's just progressively deeper levels of you're a shithead. Like, that's what you got to work with, man. And he's fucked. Like, what does he do? The only thing he can do is just hope that everybody stops talking about it. But it's been weeks, and nobody's going to stop talking about it. Because, you see, man, the unfortunate thing is you've made a lot of enemies. And I don't mean, like, a couple people in high-level positions. No, all the people in high-level positions love you, right? I don't even mean, like, a couple dozen people in your own audience that just hate watch you, just to come in and fuck with you. No, I mean, you've got hundreds of thousands of people that don't like you. And as I've always said, you cast a big enough net, you catch some ugly fucking fish. But when I say that, I mean we're all kind of good people here, and we don't like violent shitheads. But things start blowing up, we're going to get the violent shitheads. You all know it. You see it all the time in the comment section. And I got to come on and address it. I got to approve. I got to go into the bad boy box and approve all their messages. By the way, a couple of you potty mouths gave me some extra work. But, and I don't even know if I could even find them at this point to comment on them. I'm sorry. But yeah, whoever it was that you were calling a retard got you in the bad boy box. I think it was mostly in this case a bad girl box. I'm just saying, but you know who you are. But yeah, shit. And so, yeah, now his fans are leaving. Like, they're getting pissed. They're calling him out. They're trying to get off the fucking bet. We've established that Hassan does not respect disobedience. He isn't down with people questioning him, right? Every time that dog dares to think that it's going to get up and walk off fucking screen, that is a direct assault on his authority, right? Because everything's power with these shitheads. It's Marxism. Everything's power. Everything's power-based. And he's the human, so he's got the power. And you're just a fucking dog. Sit on the fucking bed. And he probably comes in every day and says, get on the bed. And the dog goes, alright, gets on the fucking bed. And then he goes and sits down in his chair. Don't fucking move. And the dog goes, okay. And then he puts his teeny little headset on his teeny little head. And then he starts up his stream. And then for a good 10 minutes, the dog's just going to lay there. And then all of a sudden, it's going to be like, ah, shit. I need to get up for a second. Shit. And he's going to lay back down. Like, dude. And now his audience is daring to think that they're going to go and get a fucking drink during the stream. No. I don't give a shit how pitiful you look when you look at that bowl. I don't care how many times you lick your fucking lips. You lay the fuck on the bed. We ain't done yet. Right? I got terrorists to support and people to call for the killings of. Sit on the bed while I do my work. Now the audience wants to get off the bed. Can't have that, right? But what can he do? He can't shock his audience. The only thing that he can do is get frustrated. And Hassan does not seem to be the type of person who handles frustration well. At all. Because generally when he gets frustrated, he screams. And he says all sorts of crazy shit. But he's fucking frustrated. And he doesn't know what to do. Because his carefully molded little clay people, they want off the fucking bed. And I can't have that shit. So, in his anger and frustration and just the wearing down of time, like, you could tell as soon as that dog yelped, it's amazing. You could see his whole demeanor shrink. He knew. He's like, oh no. This is gonna be bad. Like, you can just, I just hate everything. Like, he just shut way down. He was all sorts of amped up and screaming about shit. And then, embargo on. Right? And then all the lights dim. And the fat man looks up and what the fuck? And here we are. And now, it's worn him down. And he's pissed. And then, he does the only thing that he can really do to these people. He tells them the truth. He says, you know, I'm tired of this fucking shit. I'm tired of these fucking purity tests. I'm tired of fucking woke people. I'm tired of the fucking the left. I'm tired of the fucking liberals. I'm tired of the fucking woke. I'm tired of fucking everybody. I'm tired of all you motherfuckers. And I honestly think in that moment, I really think that he exposed, because there's always the question with these people. Do you believe this because you honestly believe this? Or are you saying this to make money? Right? There's always a question. Because it's like, oh, but you sound so... Like, the way you articulate stupidity is very smart. If that makes any sense. Like, you're very good scam artist. You know, like, obviously you have a degree of intelligence. So, do you really think this? Or are you a scam artist? And I think him going off like this, it kind of shows that he's more on the scam artist end of the scale, I think. Like, I think he's smart enough to know what's actually going on, and I think he's running a game to make money. And, I mean, if you really were down for the cause, you know, then you wouldn't fucking say most of the shit that you said. And if you were really a good person, that dog wouldn't have yelped. And if you weren't a fucking liar, then you wouldn't have lied in so condensed a time period. Like, this is all happening within days of itself. And say this, his people are smart enough to remember shit that happened yesterday at least. They might not remember shit that happened a year or two ago, but they certainly remember shit that happened yesterday. And when the story's changing day by day, and you're just looking more and more like shit each time, and you're starting to look more and more beat down, they went off on him. People are upset. Yeah, it's that pressure, man. Get yourself a nice big lump of coal, and you apply a shit ton of pressure. And you're either going to get a diamond out of it, or you're going to get cold dust. And I think at the end of the day, Hassan is cold dust. He is crumbled under the pressure. The mask is slipping. He's just not... I think he's fed up with all this shit. I expected all of you to do as I say when I fucking say it. I don't want to be questioned. How dare you get off that bed? It's interesting. Like, psychologically, it's very interesting to kind of think about it. Because it is wild when it comes down to it. Because these should be his most ardent supporters. But when you have nothing... When you have nothing, you have nothing. And as soon as they started to realize that they ain't got shit, things went, as they say, downhill.